Hey guys, Joanna here. So this video is a day late because I have been in Northern California with the incredible Chris Seidel taking a workshop from her for the past few days. And if you don't know about Chris's work, it is painting from the wild heart. It's intuitive painting. And it's this unbelievable creative and healing experience through painting. And what really came to me this weekend, a lot of things, it was amazing. I'm sure I'll be talking about it forever. Um, but one of the things that I really received was the gift of creativity and the power and healing of creativity. Now, this isn't new information to me. I'm sure it's not new information to a lot of you guys, but it was a really powerful reminder of what it's like to surrender into the creative process. And that the creative process isn't this smooth from point A to point B. Sometimes the journey is not just take 3 steps and there you are to where you're supposed to get to be going. Sometimes the way is roundabout, and sometimes it's filled with deeper, darker colors, and sometimes it's glittery, and sometimes that glitter isn't sparkly and shiny and delightful. Sometimes the glitter is deeper and, in the caves. And, that's what this workshop really reminded me about, was what I could receive from the creative process alone. So not the process of making something to sell or even making something to share. I blog a lot. I blog over at Big Sparkly Life, 5 days a week, and getting better at blogging over here. And I write, working on a book. And so much of my writing, it is for me, but it's also to share. So there's an editing process that goes on really without me thinking about even editing. It's like, what sounds best. Not necessarily what feels best, but what sounds best to a reader. With this painting, it was really about what felt best, what stroke brought me the most pleasure, what color was filled with delight for me. So even in the muck, in the parts that I didn't really enjoy, in the twisty, windy, turny, dark places that I was able to move through, it was still a question of what in here is bringing me the most pleasure. Um, Chris talks about going to the point of aliveness. And there was one painting I did that I just, in the process of it, I kept saying, "Oh, I hate this." And both Chris and the amazing teacher's assistant, Meg, both were like, "Oh, that's great." And I thought, "Oh, what the hell are they talking about? That's great." But there was, it was like once I decided I didn't like it, there was no pressure. And even in that yuckiness that of me not liking my ego, not liking what I had created, and not really enjoying the colors or the strokes or the shapes, it was powerful to find, even in that moment, what brought me the most pleasure. So what colors could I add? What sparkles could I bring to it? What could I do to bring myself even more pleasure in this moment, that now that I had no expectations? And I wonder that, for you guys, no matter what's going on, what would it be like to think, well, what's the best choice? What brings me the most pleasure? What if I didn't have to worry about an end result? There was one painting I did and I was really liking it, and I added an element, and I came back and said, "Chris, I don't like this." And, she was like, "Why don't you like it?" And I said, "It's ugly." And I think what Chris said was, ugly's not a feeling. What do you feel about it? And I was in a lot of judgment because I didn't like the way it looked, but I really liked the way it felt. And so I'm really committed a lot more to finding what feels pleasurable, both in my writing, in my painting, and in my life. And sometimes that's not going to look perfect, but it may be just the most perfect thing. And that's not to say, I won't edit my work. When there are things to share, it's a whole different experience. But it's still a great way to start out and to really receive the creative experience and to receive what brings you pleasure. Have a great day, guys. Bye.